Are you making the most of your time, or are you constantly feeling like there's never enough of it? It's really easy to get caught up when you're working in your business instead of on it. So in this second episode of our annual Business Checkup series, we're going to talk about time management and productivity, two of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. But this isn't just about cramming more tasks into your jam-packed schedule. It's about being strategic and intentional with your time so that you can focus on what truly matters and what moves your business forward. So if you're tired of feeling overwhelmed and ready to take control of your day, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Mind Your Time podcast. I'm Shannon Baker, your coffee-loving host and business strategist. Each week, I will share practical insights and bold strategies for six-figure entrepreneurs looking to clean up their back office and create streamlined systems. The weekly episodes will help you take control of your time, scale your business, and create success on your own terms. So grab your cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, and let's dive into today's topic. Welcome back to the annual Business Checkup series. So if you tuned into the first episode of the series, then you already know how important it is to make sure your mindset is aligned with your purpose. We talked about how having the right mindset is the foundation for everything, because without it, even the best strategies and tools will not get you where you want to go. Now, if you haven't had a chance to listen to that episode yet, no worries. You can go back and listen to it later. But the key takeaway was that you have the power to define what success looks like for you, and you need to make sure your business is a true reflection of your core values. That's how you create a business that not only helps you hit your financial goals, but more importantly, supports the lifestyle you want and brings you fulfillment. Now, today we're going to kick things up a notch. We're going to really focus in on how you can effectively manage your time and boost your productivity so that you can start achieving the goals that you've set with that new mindset that you're going to be working with. Because it's not about being busy. It's really about being intentional with your time and making sure that every action you take is moving you closer to the life you want and helping you build the business you really want. My mission is to help purpose-driven women like you align your business with your values so that you can make a bigger impact, but without the overwhelm. And let me tell you, minding your time is a huge part of that process. I mean, let's face it, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but the difference between those who are overwhelmed and those who are thriving isn't about who works harder or gets the least amount of sleep. It's about who works smarter on the right things. It's really about being strategic with your time, focusing on what truly matters and cutting out what doesn't. So today we're going to explore how you can do that. The first thing you need to do is pick the right priorities. This means you can create a plan that identifies what you need to do so that it aligns with your priorities. But how do you know what to prioritize? Well, this is where your goals come into play and why you need to pick the right goals based on the season that your life is in. We talked about this in the first episode. So you need to start by reviewing the goals that you've set. You know, those purpose-driven goals? Ask yourself, what things should I be doing to get me closer to that goal? That is what needs to be at the top of your get it done list. And I'm not just talking about your business goals. Keep in mind, we have to have work-life integration. So if a lot is going on in your personal life, you need to scale back a bit on business tasks so that you have room to be present when needed. And it also works on the other side. Prioritization is not just about knowing what's important. It's about being brutally honest with yourself about what isn't really a priority. And I know this can be hard for a lot of people, especially if you're a people pleaser, because you'll often find that you fill your days with things that you feel are urgent, but don't actually need to be done. Or in reality, they don't need to be done at all, at least not by you. And a lot of times this is done because you're procrastinating. So when this happens, you may feel productive in the moment, but in reality, it's just a distraction. That is why having a clear set of priorities is so important. When you know what truly matters, you can confidently say no to things that don't. And I need you to get comfortable with using the word no and understand it's really a complete sentence. I am a huge fan of boundaries because they protect your time, your energy, and your sanity. And if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you've heard me say this before. The only people who get mad at you for having boundaries and sticking to them are the ones who benefit the most when you don't have any. So start practicing now by passing on any invitations or so-called opportunities that do not align with your goals and your priorities. Now, if you need help determining what those priorities are, the 90-day goal setting worksheets inside of the Mighty Society membership are a great tool to help you with this process because there are weekly planning pages in that workbook which are designed to help you prioritize your tasks based on what will move you closer to your goal. By using these pages, you're going to be able to plan your weeks with intention and stay focused on what truly matters. Imagine having a clear plan for every week, knowing exactly where you should focus your energy and feeling confident that everything that you do, for the most part, is moving you closer to your big goal. And then when life happens and you have to pivot because we know we can't control that, you have a plan that you can just adjust, but you can stay on track. But that will not happen if you don't have a plan. And the next step is going to help you start building this plan. Once you've picked your goal and set your priorities, it's time to organize your day in a way that maximizes your productivity. One of the strategies that I highly recommend is what I call the daily sandwich technique. Here's how it works. Think about the time that you want to wake up and the time that you want to go to bed. This is your bread or the bookends of your day. Then block out your non-negotiables, things that are, for the most part, set and can't be moved around. That's dropping off the kids or picking them up, taking them to extra activities outside of school, family time, doctor's appointments. Those things that you can't move are your sandwich fillings. Now, what's left is the available time that you have for focused work, meetings, networking, etc. These things are your condiments or extras, and they can be changed out as needed or even left off completely. The beauty of this daily sandwich technique is that it forces you to be realistic about what time you actually have available, because it's very easy to overestimate what you can get done in a day, which is what leads to frustration and burnout. But when you clearly define your non-negotiables and see exactly how much time you have left, you can make more informed decisions about how you're going to spend your time. This technique also ensures that you're making time for what matters most, whether it's self-care, family, or focused work. Everything that's important to you has a place, and because you're working with a defined structure, you're less likely to feel overwhelmed by an endless to-do list that just seems to keep growing. Now, if you're new to this process, then I strongly suggest you go old school and write this out on paper so you can physically see it. I did that for years until it became the way that my brain worked and the way that I functioned every day. Now I can plan out everything in my digital calendar. But let me tell you, I went through this process of manually writing things out for like 5 or 6 years, and I still have all of the passion planners and a bunch of different multicolored pens to prove it. As you implement strategies like the daily sandwich technique, if you're a member of the Mighty Society, you also have access to community support. That way you can share your experiences with others, get feedback, and even pick up additional tips to help you refine your approach. The community aspect of the membership is invaluable because it can help you stay on track and, even more importantly, help you stay motivated. And again, don't forget about the 90-day goal setting workbook that I've talked about. It doesn't include just the weekly planning pages, but there are also reflection prompts that help you to adjust your plan based on what's working and what isn't. This ongoing reflection is the key to helping you stay on track and ensuring that you're not just busy, but you are truly productive. Now that we've got that out of the way, the next step is very important when it comes to being productive, but it's one that people tend to leave out the most. You have to incorporate self-care into your routine, and I'm not talking about a big spa day, even though those are really nice. We often get so caught up in trying to do everything and take care of everyone else that we tend to forget to take care of ourselves. But here's the truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. And I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that. If you're not taking care of yourself, your productivity, creativity, and overall well-being, they're going to suffer, which has an impact on your family life and your business. So to help you make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine, there is a flexible morning routine workbook inside of the resource section of the Mighty Society membership. This resource was designed to help you create a morning routine that fits your lifestyle and sets you up for a productive day. It's about starting your day with intention, filling your cup before you start pouring yourself out into others, and ensuring that you are operating at your best. So let me share a quick story from my own experience. When I was in the process of growing my business to replace the income from my day job, I had to be hyper focused on how I spent my time. There were days when I felt like there weren't enough hours to get everything done and I really wanted to give up. But by prioritizing what aligned with my goal, implementing strategies like the daily sandwich technique, regularly reflecting on my progress and making adjustments where needed, talking through the frustrations with some very trusted women in my inner circle, and investing in the right help, I was able to stay on track and achieve that goal. Now, I will be honest, it wasn't easy, but it was absolutely worth it. That's the power of minding your time. When you're intentional about how you spend your time and your resources, you're able to make meaningful progress towards your goals without burning out. And that's exactly what I want for you. Now, as we wrap up today's episode, I encourage you to take some time to implement these strategies in your own life. Start by prioritizing your tasks with purpose. Then organize your day using that daily sandwich technique, and definitely make self-care a daily priority. Now, if you're ready to take your time management and productivity to the next level, then please feel free to join us inside of the Mighty Society membership. This is where you're going to find the resources, support, and accountability to truly master your time and achieve your goals. Now, in the next episode, we're going to talk about how streamlining your operations will help your business run like a well-oiled machine. So I will see you back here next week. Thank you for tuning in this week. Remember, just listening to this episode will not get you better results. So I challenge you to break the mold and take action today. If you're unsure where to start, book a call with me to get your questions answered about the Mighty Society membership or anything else that I mentioned. A link to my calendar is in the show notes. Not ready to take that step yet? No problem. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram at @the_Shannon Baker. You can ask me your questions there, or let me know that you enjoyed the episode by taking a screenshot, sharing it, and tagging me. Now, if you haven't already grabbed my free audio masterclass, why don't you just start there? It's a great first step to assess your back office on your own. And this masterclass provides valuable insights and practical steps to help you organize your processes, reduce chaos, and improve efficiency. Go to theshannonbaker.com/audio masterclass. Now, if you haven't left a review for the podcast yet, please do so. I would love to hear from you. And it's an easy way to show some love to the podcast and help me reach more small business owners who are ready to defy the status quo. I can't wait to hear from you. So until next time, keep calm and streamline.